I think these past paper questions are taken from May or June 2021, the past paper question 11, that is prepared for AS level students in general. So here I'm going to explain more in detail how we are going to done this problem in general. Is that so? You have to listen carefully how these problems will be elaborated very well. So if you are a new member of my YouTube channel, please shall subscribe and like 816 to get more information, and you have to share for other students also. So now let's come to how to solve this problem in general. Let me read how the first question is gonna be done. The equation of the curve is says this one. It is given that the curve passes this one. Find the equation of the curve. What we're going to do here? What's the main question? Now here you have given the derivative of some function, the derivative of an arbitrary function in general. Mean you already have derivative of some function. What we're going to do? We need to find the original function, where the derivative of that original is this one. First of all, what is the relation between derivative and integration in general mean? As you know, in our previous more videos, you can look what is integration and derivative in general mean. You know that derivative is simply the process, differentiation is simply the process of finding the derivative of some function in general. And integration is also the reverse process of finding the integral of any function. How we just relate this to point. So integration means this is the process of reverse process of differentiation, and differentiation is also the reverse process of integration. Means that where we are finding the integral of this function with respect to dx, we're going to find the original function f of x. That's the point. Then look how this problem is done in general. So let me write first of all dy by dx. What is dy by dx in general mean? Let me show you. Now dy by dx is given by 3, let me write this way, 3x raised negative 4 plus 32x squared. Is that? Because you know that 3 over x raised to 4 mean you can take this in the numerator part. When you take this in the numerator, the exponent is going to be negative, and it is going to be like this one. Then let's multiply by the x. dy is going to be 3x raised negative 4 plus 32x squared dx. Is that? Now it is going to be this one. Then finally, let's integrate both sides with respect to dx. So what's the integral of this one? This means that the integral of dy, which is 3x raised minus 4 plus 32x squared, integral of this with respect to dx. Is that? So this is the way how we are going to solve this problem. In order to find the original function, we have to integrate both sides. First of all, we have to describe this problem in the form of this way. That then we can find the integral both sides. Then finally, what we're going to have. Let me clear this part and we'll solve here. Now we have this one. Then finally, when we are integrating this, what will be this one? The integral of dy with respect to, the integral of dy is going to be what? Y. The integral of y will be, the integral of dy will be 1. Now look here, how we are going to find the integral of this one. There is a constant 1. So the integral of this now is going to be y. Then now let's see integrate of this one. When we are integrating this, we have to add only 1 on the exponent. 3 is independent of the constant. This is going to be 3x raised minus 4 plus 1 over minus 4 plus 1 plus 32 is also independent of the integral. You can take out 32 as it is, x raised 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 plus some arbitrary constancy. Now, this is the integral of this problem. When we are simplifying this problem, we can have this one. This is exactly negative x raised minus 3 plus this 32 over 3 x raised 3 plus c. This is the integral of this one. That means the original function or the function is going to be y is this one. Is that? But the curve of these function will pass through this point. Will pass through this point means that when we directly plug x value 1 over 2 in place of x, y is going to be 4. Then we're going to find c based on this one. Is that? Based on this one. So to find the value of c, we need to put the point 1 over 2 comma 4 in this problem. So 4 is equivalently given by 1 over 2 raised minus 3 plus 32 over 3 into minus 1 over 2 the whole cube plus c. It is then just like this one. Is that? So how we are going to do this one now? Now, in order to find c, let's simplify this problem. This is 4. This is exactly, you can take the reciprocal, which is 2 raised 3. That? Plus 32 over 3 times, this is going to be 1 over 8 plus c. Then, now when we are solving this problem, let's bring here that question. And let's come to here. What's this one? Now this is exactly 4, which is equal to 8 plus by 8 1 by 8 this is 4. By 8 1 by 8 this is 4, which is 4 over 3 plus c. Then move this on the right. C will be what? 4 minus 8 and minus 4 over 3, which is the value for c will be what? Negative 4. Is that? Negative 4 minus this will be negative 16 over 3 will be the value for c. Now, in order, if you want to find this one, now what's the difference of this? Negative 4 minus 4 over 3. Then cross it. This is 1. Negative 12. Negative 12 minus 4 over 3. That's going to be negative 16 over c. So, and hence, now therefore, the equation of the curve is going to be 1 over x cubed plus 32x cubed plus, minus negative 16 over 3. So this is the equation of the curve. Now let me generalize how this problem will be done. Is that? So not only about this question, you may have many questions related to this one. Whenever, if you have given the derivative of any function and the point where the curve of the function will pass through, then first of all you have to find the integral of the function. You have to find the original function. Is that? So how we are going to find the original function? That's the point. So this is the way how to solve any such kind of problem in general. I think this is very simple. Now let's come to the second problem. How we are going to do the second problem, and what the second problem it says in general mean. First, let me read what the second problem it means. The sum of the first 20 terms of an arithmetic progression is 405, and the sum of the first 14 terms of the arithmetic progression is 1410. Find the 16th term for this progression in general. First, let me say something about what is arithmetic progression in general mean. How we are going to say a sequence of numbers is going to be arithmetic. If the common difference between terms of an arithmetic, or if common difference between terms of the sequence is going to be the same, now we call that is an arithmetic progression in general mean. Is that? First, we have to know how we call sequence of numbers is generally arithmetic. That's the point. The common difference between the terms has to be the same. So, because of that, now for example, look this one. How we are going to recall A1, A2, AN is going to be an arithmetic terms of the sequence. This is going to be an arithmetic terms of the sequence if the common difference between the term is that A2 minus A1 is going to be A3 minus A2 is equal to is equal to AN minus n minus 1 should be certain constant real number d. If that is so, we call this is what an arithmetic progression means. Is that? So in general, an sequence to be arithmetic, the common difference between the terms has to be the same. You have to know this point at the very beginning. Then, if this is the way how to define an arithmetic, how we are going to find answer for an arithmetic. You know that n for an arithmetic is gonna be a1 plus d into n minus 1. Is that? This is how we are going to determine answer for an arithmetic progression in general. Is that? The answer for an arithmetic is a1 plus d into n minus 1. a1 means the first term for the sequence, d is the common difference between the terms, and answer for any sequence is going to be this one. Is that? So we have to find how this is done generally. And the second point will be what? And the other point that you have to remember here is going to be what sum of the first n term for this sequence in general mean. So Sn of an arithmetic progression is going to be n over 2 into a1 plus an. It can be given this way, or can be given n over 2 into 2a1 plus d into n minus 1. Is that? So this is the sum of the first n terms of any arithmetic progression. If that is so, the question is going to be over. Is that? You have to remember this point. Then it is going to be simple now to solve this question generally mean. Is that? Let me show you how to solve this one now. Then, in order to solve this problem, let me write this one. What's the given information? The sum of the first 20 terms of an arithmetic progression is given. So S20 is already given 20 over 2 into 2a1 plus dn is already 20 minus that is 19d is gonna be this one. Is that? So this implies that 10 into 2a1 plus 19 is going to be this value. This is the point. Is that? So if I already explained this way, it's no need to just do the rest of the problem. And the second will be what? What's given? S14 is also given. This is 40 over 2 into 2a1 plus 39, which is equal to 1410. Is that? This is the given information that you have. Is that? Because it is given. You know that sum of the first 20 terms of an arithmetic progression is, and sum of the first 40 terms of an arithmetic progression is this one. Find the 16th term for the sequence. Then, now, once you have already this way, how we are going to find the value for a and b. Then, now, look, now we have to do this problem simultaneously. Means that, now this is given by S implies that 2a1 plus 19d, that's gonna be 19d. That is also 19d. Is 39d. That's, let's call it. Please follow it. Now this is going to be 14.5. Is that? Because when we divide both sides by 10, we can have that one. Similarly, now this is going to be what? 2a1 plus 39d is going to be, now this is cancelled, 1410 over 20. That? So this is cancelled, so which is going to be 141 over 2. That is cancelled by this one. Is that? And that is going to be 17.5. This is exactly 17.5. 17.5. So if the number of equations and the number of variables are the same, we can do this problem simultaneously. Means that now from here you can say that 2a1 is gonna be 14.5 minus 19d. And from the second equation, or you can plug these in the second equation, and now we have 14.5 minus 19d plus 39d, which is going to be 17.5. So from here, you can add this one, this is negative, this is positive. Now this is going to be 20d, which is equal to 17.5 minus 14.5. Is that? Because this is negative and this is positive. So 39d minus this will be 20d, and 17.5 minus this will be, this is 20d, is gonna be, that is I think 30, is that? 30, and d will be 3/2. So this is the value for the common difference. Once we have the common difference, we're going to find how to find the 16th term for the sequence. How we are going to determine that one. So first, let's find what is a mean. So 2a1 is 14.5 minus 19 times 3/2. Now you can directly done this way. So 14.5 minus this is going to be, now you can multiply, this is what it means. 19 times 3 will be 7, and 2, 20. This is exactly 57, is that? 57. 57 over 2 will be over 2, that is 28.5. So we have these 2a1 will be this one, because you know that 57 over 2 will be 28.5. Then, what the difference of this one? This is how to find 28.5. This is gonna be 12, is that? So 2a1 will be what? 12. a1 will be what? 6. So this is the value for a1. Then we already have the common difference and the first term for the sequence. Then an for the sequence generally will be what? An, as I have already mentioned before, the first one plus d and n minus 1. You know that the first term is going to be 6 plus d 3/2 n minus 1. Now this is an for answer for an arithmetic progression, is that? So if this is the answer for an arithmetic progression, how are you going to find that's the 16th term for the sequence? That's over, is that? That's over. Then you can directly plug now 16, the 16th term for the sequence mean a 16 is going to be 6 plus 3/2 into, that is 59. So this is the same. Now we have this one, is that? Then you can multiply and add this point. I think it is very simple. So the 16th term for the sequence is going to be, this is exactly a 16 or the 16th term or 16th term will be, this is exactly 6 plus 3 into 1, let it be this one. First, let me multiply this one, first of all. 59 times 3. This is 7, we have 2. This is 15. This is 17. And over 2. That is 177/2, which is going to be 12 plus 177/2. And a 16 will be what? Now you can add this one, 177, 12, this is 981. So 189/2, which is going to be, now this is exactly, you can divide the 16th term for the sequence, divided by will be 90. This is already, you can divide for 2. I think this is enough. Now this is the solution how to find, because you can put this way or in decimal way. Anyway, you have to know the way how to solve this problem, is that? So generally, let me explain how to do the first question. The first question is done based on concepts of integration and derivative. The second question is done based on system of linear equation. This is done based on the system of the linear equation. So first of all, we have to reformulate the equation, how the equation is done, how the equation is obtained. So you have to know that way. If that is if that's the case, this is very simple to do the problem. Now, the main problem, especially in mathematics, you have to translate problems into equations. That you have to turn the problem in formal equation form, or we have to the way modeling. You have to model the problems. That's the point. If you already just express this way, that's very simple to do the problem. Now let me show you the last question. How we are going to solve this question in general. Let me show you how to do. You already have find the first three terms in the expansion of these in ascending power of x. How we are going to expand this one? Do you know, first of all, again let me say something about here also, how we are going to find the expansion of any binomial terms. How we are going to expand. What is the way to expand any binomial terms? Now let me just say something about this one. Look this point. For example, if we have a plus b raised to n, how we are going to expand this one? Now when we are expanding this problem, as is always given by the combination of n objects, 0 taking 0 at a time, a raised to n plus combination of n1, that's a raised to n minus 1, b plus the combination of n2, that's a n minus 2, b squared plus dot this way. Is that? So you know that this is the first term, this is the second term, and this is the third term. Is that? So in the expansion of this problem, now this is the first, the second, and the third. It is going to be arranged in ascending power of x. Is that? It is arranged in ascending power of x. So we have to describe this problem in the form of this one. So based on this case, how we are going to this one? We explain this one. 3 minus 2x the whole 5. What does this mean? N is already 5. A mean this one. B mean negative 2x. Is that? So we can describe this in the form of this one. So it is going to be like this one. Is that? Let me explain this problem in the form of this case. So when we are expanding this, it is going to be written as 3x plus negative 2x the whole 5. So it is written as the combination of 5, 0, and the first number is already 3 raised to 5 plus combination of 5, 1, that is 3, 5, 4, the whole 4 times minus 2x raised to 1. That because you know that the exponent for the second term is going to be this one. In the first case, exponent of b is already 0. B raised 0 mean 1. That's why we didn't put b here. That for the second, the exponent for b is 1. This is 1. And a mean n minus 1. This is the difference of this one. Is that? So it is going to be like this one. Plus. And now the combination of 5, 2. Combination of 5, 2. And 3 raised 3. And minus 2x the whole square. Because it's 2. Is that? The whole square. It has to be written this way. So it is enough because we are asked to find the first three terms in the expansion of this one in ascending power of x. Is that? So now this is the first term. This is the second term. And this is the third term. This is enough. If we are asked to find the first 4 terms or 5 terms, we'll continue. Is that? But no need to continue because of the questions that we already asked. Is that? Because it's the first term. The first 3 terms. You have to start from this one. And you know that the combination of n objects taken 0 at a time is always 1. Is that? So it is going to be 3 raised to 5. 3 raised to 5 means it is almost 243. That? Plus the combination of 5 taking this at a time means 5 factorial over 5 minus 1, 4 factorial, 1 factorial. 1 factorial is always 1. So it is going to be 5 times 81 into minus 2x plus then what's the combination of 5 to mean this is exactly 5 factorial over 3 factorial, 2 factorial. This is going to be 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial, 2 factorial. This is cancelled by 2 factorial 1. This is 2. That is going to be 10. 10 times 27 times, this is going to be minus 2x the whole square, mean 4x squared. And this is exactly 243 plus, this is, we have to multiply these all together. This 10, negative 810x plus, this is, you know, this is 40 times, this will be almost, you know that. Let's first of all, let's multiply this one. Now the product 27 times 4 is, we have to, this 8, 10, that? Now we have this one. So we have to multiply by 10, that's going to be this one. So this is going to be 1018x squared. So this is the first 3 terms of the sequence. So now the first 3 terms for the sequence means that this is the first term, and this is the second term, this is the third term, is that? So since this is the only condition or the only question that we are asked, we have to stop here. The first term, the second term, and the third term. That is all about the first case, is that? So before you try to answer the question, you have to understand what you already given and what you are asked to do. Is that? So this is the way that we are asked, and this is the solution. Now this comes the second problem. What the second problem says: find the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of this one. Is that? In the expansion of this one. First of all, what this means? Now the expansion of this is already done this way. And first let me expand 4 plus x the whole square mean. Look how we are going to find 4 plus x the whole square mean. You know that this means that, or you can rearrange this problem this way. X plus 4. This means x squared plus, now you know that x squared plus x plus 4, x plus 4. That's x squared plus 4x plus, again 4x plus 16. So this is exactly 8x plus 16. Is that? So this is the way how to expand. So you know that the expansion of this is this one. When we are expanding this problem, this is going to be like this one. So how we are going to find the product of the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of, that is 4 plus x the whole square into 3 minus 2x the whole square. How we are going to find this one? So you know that this means that one. I mean this means this one. Then let me write this way. So x squared plus 8x plus 16 into, how we are going to find the product of these? 243 minus 810x plus 10,080x squared. Because the other points are not important, are not relevant to find the coefficient of